Hello everybody, welcome back. Episode 46. We're getting close to the half century of recorded and saved videos. I'm sure we have more than 40, or had more than 40 at one point. Sorry, 50. But whatever, these things happen.
Yeah, episodes that shall never be named.
They should not be named. They weren't named, in fact, because they never made it to YouTube, so it's fine. They were never named. Named nor numbered. Named nor numbered. They do not exist. But in either case, we are... Actually, to be fair, we're almost getting to the point where we can't mention the unrecorded episodes anymore because they are so far in the past that we shouldn't really be bringing them up. But still, we are here, we are back, we are doing Abomination Vaults once more. A name which these guys finally know because it's been noted in Belcora's journal that she called them the Abomination Vaults and not Gauntlight Ruins. So this is officially, we can now say they are in the Abomination Vaults and not in Gauntlet. So yeah, they a bit of a, well, deliberately a bit of a player-led sort of session last time. They're getting to do a lot of talking, a lot of bringing some stuff up and having a conversation, which I love because I get to sit here and listen to this lot effectively do the story for me. It's brilliant. But yeah, so again, we sort of, well, as you know, we kind of do two episodes in a sit down, as it were. We do two sessions in a sit down. So this lot, effectively, we are continuing from the last episode, where we've just had the nice long conversation, and we are going to get back in. They've decided that they do want to check what's to the south of the large circular room that they have avoided at all cost, and try to make sure that they never ever have to go anywhere near. But the curiosity about what on earth was on the other side of it, because there's a door, led them to rework out the elevator, go back up a floor, then use the elevator to come back down, so that they can now go through this corridor without there being a stone pillar in the way, effectively. And we have this chamber, and you can already see it on the screen because I've started with that screen. They are crammed into a 10-foot circular. Well, it's actually a 5-foot radius room, 10 foot roughly across from one side to the other, and you're crammed in with an oversized badger, and a skull, and you press the skull and the entire pillar starts to sort of slide gently down the floor. And you do note two doors, one to the north and one to the south. Now, you're quite confident that this pillar didn't rotate or turn at any point. You didn't see the brickwork sliding round like that. So your orientation is pretty good. So you're fairly confident that the door to the north goes to the really long corridor that you came down last time and weren't able to go any further with because there was a stonking great pillar in the way. And the only door that you don't know anything about is the one to the south. Now, hopefully, for one of the last few times, we will play the library music. We've been going through this for some time. I'm well aware that some of my players are already getting bored of this music because it keeps on coming up every single session. Promise you, when you go down the floor, there's different music, honest. So if there's ever an imperative for you guys to start getting down the floors so you can hear something different each episode, that's what we're actually going for. This is the reason why the characters are progressing further and further down in this place, is so that they can listen to different music. So we have this chamber, elevator, whatever you want to call it, and a door to the south. Pass it over to you guys.
Well, as much as I like every single one of you, how the heck do we open the door? Is there a button? Press something.
A door.
It's a door.
Well,
That's safe.
I believe you worked out that there was a way of just sort of pushing the door and it just slid open. Yeah, so 100% confirmation. This looks exactly like a corridor that you've seen before, with an open door at the end, with a table that you can just about see through the door, which has all the sewing and tattooing equipment on it that you saw from that ghoul that was doing all the tattooing on the dead flesh.
I drew spectacles and moustaches.
You did, yes, you did, yes.
Leave no act of disrespect unturned.
Mm-hmm. So, you still have a door to the south.
Salem. Yeah.
Ew.
I mean, I think Moors and Phelan should switch.
Well, to be fair, if anything's on the other side of it, I can just reach over Phelan and stick it in the face. That is.
This is
that's
true.
I've just got this image
But also
now.
you're a shield.
I've got this image now of you all pushing yourselves to the wall and then rotating.
See, I've gone for the Ronnie sketch with John Cleese. It's like Moz reaching over the halberd, and then there's Ollie. 3-tier attack style.
Our speciality.
In either case, if anybody wants to open the door, you can just click on it.
No. No. Thought we'd just leave it.
Okay, fine, you go wherever you want to.
Who's opening the door? Go on. Someone open the door. I've opened my door.
Fine.
You
Well,
find a 10-foot long corridor with a door at the end.
Get to the end of that corridor, and there'll be a rock fall on the other side of the corridor. Go on.
Curse it.
In fact, you know what? I'll be back in. Neffy, you go on. Have a listen to the door. Go on. It's your skill set. Sneaky
Sneaky
door investigation.
door investigation is a skill set now.
Yes.
Okay, fine. We'll,
Yes.
we'll go with it being a skill set.
I'm listening, I'm magicking.
You listen at the door and you cannot hear anything. You detect magic and you do not detect any magic.
Okay. I back up. No, I don't. I walk into a wall. I back up. I'm just gonna go this way. Cool. Yeah, there's nothing there that I can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Alright then.
Perfectly safe.
And I'll give the door a nudge. Oh, it
It does.
Ooh.
A large mound of dark grey soil lies heaped in the southern half of this room.
Fresh dirt, old dirt.
Relatively fresh dirt. As you step up towards it,
I was about to say, viciously piled dirt in a stone room. I was going to step it with the helmet.
all of a sudden, from out of the soil, spring 4 purple, long tentacles, for want of a better term, that are going to
Well,
lash out at you. And just to make things even better, you notice another 4 just to the side.
Oh, good.
It's time for one of those rolls. We're going to pause everything and get the whole thing ready for them. But just so you've got an idea of what you are starting to see emerging out of this thing, it looks like that.
Oh.
It's certainly a thing. It's
Yeah.
certainly a thing.
Mm.
But yeah,
Lovely.
the art pop-out screen not being particularly helpful, being slightly oversized, but yes. Hopefully, that's a better picture. There we go. That's a
There you
better
go.
picture.
Oh, it is partial fungus and partial not.
Okay. Right, so we'll very quickly pause and we'll do the old initiative stuff. Alright, so ignore the rolls that are on the screen. Those are the old ones. We're going to do a quick update on them now. Moz! What did you get?
I rolled an 8. I have a +10 for initiative, and I have incredible initiative, which gives me another 2, so totaling
20. Okay. Just do that there. Just a moment. Everything's not quite the way I want it to be. There we go. That's better. A 20, you say?
2.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Alright. We'll go then with Neffy.
I rolled a 14 plus 9 plus 1 for more scouting, so 24.
24. Okay. Neffy. Inva, sorry.
I was 12 on the dice. So 7 plus 1 for
20. You and Moz get to decide who's going first. Phelan.
22.
22. Okay. Alright then. So, for the most part then, it's going to be Neffy to start this. You do have enough information to note that something is waving its hands around, roughly speaking, in front of Moz.
Can I try and identify?
You absolutely can. Let me just roll that for you. You do not have a clue. No idea.
See? Goody. Good
Nothing.
to know.
Nothing you know about. Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, at least. Well, actually, hang on a second. Is this not
Did
the
I
character?
fail but not critically fail?
You did. You did. So you do have a feat for this, don't you?
Yeah, I have dubious knowledge.
You have dubious knowledge, which means you get a piece of useful information and a piece of false information.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't tell you which one's which.
Exactly.
Okay. So, the first thing I will tell you is that you know that these sorts of creatures are immune to poison.
Mm-hmm.
You also believe they have a weakness to electricity.
Okay. Both seem plausible. I might as well try electric arc then.
Okie dokie. Is that an attack roll? I can never remember.
That's what I'm just.
It's a reflex save.
Yeah, reflex.
A reflex save.
At 19. Yeah.
These things are exceptionally reflexy, just so you know. Just so you're aware. Alright. Very, very reflexy. That's a 9 on the dice with a +5 for a 14.
Okay, no. So. So that does. What's my modifier? +7. So.
+7?
I can't count.
It's not going to be.
+7?
It's not going to be +7. That's your +7 to attack with it, not.
Oh, apologies. What's my modifier then?
So your
Mine is
modifier is your intelligence modifier, which I believe is +4.
Okay.
+3, sorry.
+3. Sorry, it's because it was not where I was looking and I got confused.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so 5 points of damage.
Okay. You do realise that the electricity does seem to have done something, but it doesn't seem to have done anything special.
Cool. I mean, I shout out all that information to everyone.
Yeah, that's entirely reasonable. Okay.
That's me done.
It's at that point that the one to the so the one that's not directly in front of Moz pulls itself out of the dirt. It's this, as I say, large, long, slightly purpley looking mushroom with tendrils coming out of it. So it's going to act at this point. It does have a 10-foot reach with its tentacles, so it's going to try and hit Moz with a tentacle attack. A 6 on the dice with a +9 is going to be all of a 15 to hit.
These are the monsters you should have fought at the start of this.
It's then going to try again with a nat 20. So it is going to hit you with that one and hit you pretty hard. A 20. Does a 24 normally hit you? Yes, it does. So it will be a critical hit. So it's going to do 14 points of damage. 14. 1-4. In addition to that, and this is where it's really important, I would like you to make a fortitude saving throw, please.
My worst one.
Alright.
It's my not bad one. Okay, so I've got +10 to a 6.
You have a hero point.
I do. It's less than halfway, so the odds are in my favour. Fuck it, let's go. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Try it. Go try it on a different dice.
It's also fair to say, technically, you have 2 hero points because it's a single session. You have an extra one for the hour now, effectively. So that's everyone. So that means that Phelan currently has 3, and most of you have 2. Go on then.
I decline.
What did you get?
I got that 20.
And that 20, yeah, that'll do it. And that's there you go. Hero points actually doing a positive rather than a negative. Okay, then for its final action, it will try and swing out at you again. 15 on the dice, but this time all I get is a mighty +1 to that, so that would be a 16 in total. Don't think that's going to hit. Phelan, it is now your turn.
Right. It's bowling for tentacles time. As we cast Flaming Sphere on in the space of the tentacle thing that's just next to Moz.
Okie dokie. So remind me once more, is that an attack roll or is that a reflex saving
That's
throw?
a reflex saving throw.
Oh, I love those. I love those on these things. That would be a total of 16 on my reflex saving throw.
Denied. So that's 3d6 fire damage.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Go on.
9 fire damage.
9 fire damage. As it hits, though, it almost seems like the fire does more damage. Almost like this plant type thing could potentially take additional fire damage. So yes, that seems to be effective, as it were. Pokemon reference. That attack seems very super effective.
Hey, Moz, do your thing, then get out of the way.
Well, Phelan's
Okay,
still got an action, so
Phelan still has an action, and Phelan isn't sure what to do with the action. Phelan will recall knowledge.
Phelan will recall knowledge. Okie dokie, I'll roll that one up for you. Yeah, okay, so being more attuned to the natural world than Neffy could ever be, with the whole your training and everything else, you critically succeed at identifying these creatures and therefore know everything about them. This is a violet fungus. It is a particularly weak version of a violet fungus, though. It doesn't look like it's fully mature. While, you know, you can kind of see it from here, it's not quite got all of the hallmarks of a fully grown violet fungus. They are weak to fire, shock horror, but they are immune to bleed, fatigue, mental, poison, sleep, and unconsciousness, being mindless funguses. Their main thing is their tentacle attacks and all the rest of it. Their real danger, though, is the violet rot that you can get if it hits you. Violet rot is fundamentally a poison, and it will last for 6 turns, and as you start getting hit by it, it gets worse. So if you fail your first fortitude saving throw, you go to stage 1 and you will take 1d6 poison and become enfeebled 1. If you then fail a following fortitude saving throw, it will go up to stage 2. That does 1d6 poison damage, and enfeebled 1, and drained 1. If you then fail another fortitude save, you start taking 2d6 poison damage every turn, and you're still enfeebled, and you're drained. So that's kind of the big thing about them.
Can they move?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Mars, don't get slapped by it. The poison's all bollocks.
Okay, so was the plan that Moz was going to go next then?
I'd like him out the way.
Hey,
I approve of leaving this area.
we push Moz up to the next part, to the next person. Moz, it is your turn.
I will step backwards, GM.
Yep, fair enough.
I've met you. And then from here I will stab it because
Who was it?
for a total of 20.
That is a hit. Okay, that does connect, and you do take a piece out of it effectively. You still have an action left.
It feels it's kind of reaching, isn't it?
All of them can still get to you from where you are stood.
I can't do a 10-foot step, can
No,
I? Bolster.
they do not attack
Oh,
you.
for God's sake. We need better strategies.
What if we just
I know.
attack the way through?
Yes. I meant so you don't get deafened from what I'm gonna do.
Well, we're definitely not from back here.
Oh, no, you are not. There instead. So I can see far enough down here
Mm-hmm.
to be able to chuck it there. Which is about the only sliver I can see.
Uh-huh. How big is the
Sunburst.
area again?
10-foot burst, so it's on a corner. I
Yes.
needed Moz out of the way. What I was planning to do
There you
was stand there and. Yeah, but.
Yeah. No, it's fine. That works. You don't hit anybody that's on your side, so...
Yep, and that is. Let me check what saving throws. Fortitude.
I would have thought so, yes. I would have thought it's a fortitude save. So, the first one, the one that has been damaged a few times, that's going to get an 18 on the dice with a +8, so 26.
Yeah, that's a success, but not a critical.
And the one that hasn't really been touched yet, that's going to get a 4 on the dice for a total of 12.
That one's going to fail. So that one is deafened for 1 round.
Okay.
Total damage on the dice is 3 + 7, 10 on that one and 5 on the other.
I'm not entirely sure why, but apparently these things can be deafened. They're not
Game
immune.
logic.
They're not immune to deafen, apparently. So No. I would.
Auditory
Tiny,
wasn't
tiny
on,
ears.
Sonic wasn't on the list of immunities.
No, Sonic was not on the list of immunities. What I would say is, however, their sense of where you are is done by vibrations through the floor, so they don't really care that much. The one.
No, that was a nice side effect to the damage of the damage overloading.
Yeah, that's fair. So the one that has been beaten up a few times, it's going to effectively... Oh, hello. I have lost the ability to click and drag things. Let's just pause this for a second. There you go, technical issues sorted. With the fact that it is detecting with tremor sense, it's going to take a 5-foot step for its first action, and then Phelan's in reach. So, I will take a swing with the tentacles at Phelan. We have an 8 on the dice. Oh wow, I am rolling well today for a 17.
Died.
I would have hit Inver. And we'll try again. So I get a whole +5 on this one with a 1 on the dice. Okay, for a 6. I think that's going to miss 2, so that is all of its actions done, and it is now Neffy's turn.
Go on, Neffy, shoot in the jetpacks. Consummate V's, consummate!
Also turning on your microphone.
Yeah, I suddenly realised that no one was responding to me.
No! There's a reason.
We weren't
Yeah, I
just...
muted because there was background noise in the house, so I just thought, oh, I'll do that. I'll sort it in a minute. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna draw my arrow. My.
Your arrow? You're just going to... What, you're going to look...
I'm just gonna go. It's a dart now. Then I'm gonna get my crossbow.
Okay.
I mean, it's Neffy. Would she have had it loaded?
Probably.
Yeah, more than
Yeah?
likely. Yeah, more than
Okay, so
likely.
she's
I mean,
gonna-
the sheer fact that realistically you can't preload a crossbow, but we'll ignore that.
But I imagine she would have done it when we were about to go down the lift,
Yeah,
knowing that
yeah.
there could be an.
Oh no,
enemy
no,
front,
100%.
is what
You
I
can
meant.
you can preload a crossbow when you're holding onto it, but if you're drawing your
Yeah,
crossbow,
yeah. Oh no, because I identified and I did the electric last time,
yes,
didn't I?
yes, you
So,
did. So you
yeah.
probably had the crossbow in
Um,
your other hand ready to go. I would suggest.
Yeah.
So yes,
Okay.
I would say that
Good.
it isn't even an action to draw it or anything else like that. It's literally you are
Perfect.
ready
I love it.
to go.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hit, and that might not hit. What was it? 9 plus 18.
18. Okay, just 18. 18 is a hit.
Oh, that's surprising. Oh god. 1 point of damage. I'm then going to reload and try and shoot again.
Sure, I'll 1 point of damage. Okay, go for it.
Shut up. Shut up. Don't want to talk about it. No. Missed.
What did you get?
More than a 1.
Yes, by virtue of the fact that you've got a plus, I would hope it's more than a 1.
I got a 13, which obviously isn't going to hit.
that does in fact miss, yes.
What? I thought you
miss-
said that does in fact hit. I was like,
No. Okay, that's you done, which means it's the deafened one. It's gonna slide itself its full movement of 10 foot to be in front of Phelan. It's then going to try and hit Phelan. A 1 on the dice for a 10. And then try again. A 14 on the dice for a 19.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do. You take max damage from that, 12 points of damage, and please make a fortitude saving throw.
Okay. At what point does my poison resistance?
When the damage comes in rather than when the save is being made.
Right. So 12 points isn't any poison damage.
So no, it's none of that is poison. That is just the physical hit of the tendril itself.
Okay. Just to be awkward, does my poison damage need updating? Is it something definitely like half my level?
Yes, almost certainly. So let me just have a quick check on that one. That is from. Not sure what that's from, but you are probably correct.
Strong-blooded dwarf.
Strong-blooded dwarf.
Equal to half my level.
Yep. So you'll have a 2 on that then. Yep. There we go.
And each successful save against poison afflicting reduces stage by 1. That's about by 2.
Right. Wow.
Whatever that means. Okay, so you want a fortitude save?
I do.
Okay, 24.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even really worry about it, to be honest with you. 24. These aren't exactly creatures that can do that much. It is now your turn.
Right. It's my turn.
You do have a flaming sphere around at the moment.
I have a flaming sphere to maintain. I'm going to call that towards me, and it can sit under the one in front of me.
Okie dokie.
Not the previously wounded one. So
Yeah.
we'll have a DC 20 basic reflex save from that boyo.
That would be an 8 on the dice, so I'm going to fail that.
Okay, so that one can have 6 fire damage.
Okay, which again, it just seems to do more than you're expecting from the sphere in the general.
And I'm going to toss a produce flame over it to hit its friend.
Fair, yeah.
I was burninating before.
Yeah.
For 26 to hit.
26 is most definitely a hit. In fact, that is a critical hit.
Ooh.
So it's double all the things.
It's roll the dice and multiply it by 2.
Okay. So that would normally be 10 damage from 2d4 plus 4. So that's now 20 damage.
20 damage plus the extra because of the it's on fire, and you literally now have a smouldering mushroom pile. There is nothing left of that one. It has been burnt to the proverbial crisp. That is all of your actions, and it would be now Moz's turn.
Nice one, failing. Hold on that.
Hey.
Lean left a bit.
Pokey pokey.
Halberd over top of. That's an 8 plus 13.
8 plus 13 is still going to be a hit. It's 21. Just as a note, your mic is either covered or something because you've gone quiet. A little bit. It'll do.
It's fine for me.
Okie dokie. Fair enough. That is a miss. Why is it only a plus 4? Oh, sorry. 19 points of damage. That's 9 plus 4 for 13 points of damage. There we go. I was thinking that was another attack.
Brains are tired.
Aha, clearly.
Go a second.
Mm.
We will make this a.
So it's plus 8 for those people at home who now are doing the correct maths, which I wasn't doing.
Exacting strike. So should I miss on this? My third will also be a plus 8. Okay, that's a 19.
That's a critical hit.
Oh!
Stabby, stabby.
Now it's looked right a bit. Now we'll get that squared away. That's a 7 plus 4. For 11, makes 22.
It does indeed, and you bisect the mushroom. It is gone. It is no more. It is a dead mushroom. Okie dokie. Yeah, we'll drop you out of combat, I guess. We're no longer in combat mode. Back to the library music. Back to that repetitive drone that everybody so desires and loves. Okay, we will very quickly just sort out the XP on that one. Nicely in the background. Thank you very much to all the Foundry stuff that's in here that allows me to just press a button and everybody gets the XP. So yes, all of you have been assigned a bit of experience. Yeah, this room is now empty apart from a big pile of dirt in the back corner. There is a door over to one side though.
I can go and have a listen.
I will sift the soil about a bit with the halberd, make sure there's nothing there or otherwise.
Doesn't appear to be. There might be a couple of other little mushrooms, but they're not, you know, like the violet, the violet fungus that you've just had to face.
We missed a trick. We have a badger. We just need a snake.
Yes.
Badger, mushroom. It was the realization on Kess's face that I was going for there. Oh, and I destroyed that.
Hey, there's a-
Do not cite the bleak magic to me, which I was there when it was written.
Neffy, are you listening at the door?
Yes! I'm about to be hit by the door, I think.
In the ass on the way out.
You do not hear anything.
What about detecting magic?
I mean, other than the fact that you're stood very close to the big room of zappy magic lightning, no, sure, you don't detect any magic.
Is there any spiritual
I
stuff
can't
other
phone it out, can I?
If you rule it out, no, you do not detect any other magic. And we want the spirits. The spirits are the spirits listening. Well, you're not, so you do not hear anything of a spiritual nature either.
Cool, I back up. And reload.
It sounds as I'm opening the door again.
It ain't gonna be me.
Matt, can you de-wall the badger, please?
I will de-wall the badger. The badger is no
I
longer
saw
in a
that
wall.
too, and I think the door should definitely be shut.
The door needs to be open, mate, because as you open the door and it opens in towards you, stood behind it, having clearly heard the ruckus you guys were just making, is at least one of the ghouls that you saw previously. In fact, at least two, based on where Moses stood and can see down there, who are ready for you and immediately starting to... Well, the one in front of you is starting to try and bite you, and the one at the back is trying to cast a spell. So we go very quickly into another combat. So we're going to pause one more time.
Moz scouting.
Almost certainly.
Always.
I would assume that more than a minute has passed since the last
Yes, more than a minute has passed because people were kicking stuff around, I'm afraid. So your flaming sphere is... Right then, we'll just very quickly update these then. Phelan.
23.
23. Inva.
27.
27. Well, that's a bit better, isn't it? 27.
Yeah, 19 on the dice to get to it.
Well, yeah, fair. Moz.
I matched your 19 on the dice, so with a plus 10 and plus 2, that puts me on 31.
Jeez. Wow. Last on this list is Neffy.
At 30.
I mean, alright, fine. You guys just all go before anything that I've got can go. Let's go with that.
We're in the murder hobo phase.
I really don't feel like I'm just gonna show them on the screen so everybody can see exactly where they are as well, because really that's ridiculous. Although I say that, it's not actually showing on the what's here because I need to press that button, begin encounter. No, that's not even showing it on the stream. I don't know why, guys, you can't see what's on the stream. All you need to know is my guy.
Are you not?
I am recording. It's all fine. Everything's going. It's just that for whatever reason the combat tracker that nicely pops up in the top of the screen is not popping up on my
Okay.
OBS screen. So that's
You
that's
said you were stopping and you didn't tell us
No,
you were starting.
I
I'd
know,
Really
I
hate
did-
to lose the audio.
no, it's all fine. It's fine. it's all there.
Oh.
I mean, seriously, you're just letting people listen to this music again. That's what that is. So we're going to start some
That's
combat.
because
Put
we
it
Okay.
muted.
Well, yes.
Yeah, that's
Okay. So you have got on here mods to start. I don't think I'm going to get a combat round, but we'll see. We'll see. Moz, your 3 actions to this ghoul that's gone right in front of you.
I would like to take a very innovative step.
Uh-huh.
And as I've opened the door and seen it, I would like to stab it in the face.
Seems about right. Yeah, it seems about right.
See no issues.
15 on the dice plus 13 gives me what?
28
28.
is not a critical hit, but it is a hit.
That's an 8 plus 4 for 12.
Okay, so we're starting off with 12 points of damage. Okay, cool.
Next one, we are going to go for a brutish shove.
Okay.
I want to get this goal away from here. That is a 9 plus 8 plus 17.
That is a miss.
But I still have a hero point.
You do.
Well, that went the way of everything expected, so we're going to go for another. That's a 19 plus
That's a hit. That is a hit. So roll your damage.
Hey.
7
7 plus
plus 4.
4 for 11. Okay. 11 points of damage. Plus, you push him back 5 foot.
I can strike. Shove it. Yep, I can tell him to shovel it.
Yep. So I believe it has to be away from you. So it can either be. I've put him in the middle, but I believe you can put him top or bottom if you would prefer.
If that's a pile of bones and organs, he could fall over on conveniently.
It's not. I mean, he's not going to fall over on it. However, what you do realise now that you look into the room and you can have a good look around, is what is on the floor is a rotting heap of fleshy material that seems to be composed of equal parts eyes, mouths, and skin. And with a fair bit of knowledge, you realise that it is a gibbering mouther. Or at least the remains of one, the corpse of one. And as you push this thing over the top of the gibbering mouther, there is almost a gasped shock on the faces of both ghouls, who almost look like you've massively offended them by doing anything to the gibbering mouther. Interestingly for you, that's going to be a positive effect in your way, because I'm taking this as by the description it says any attack made against the gibbering mouther causes the ghouls to act in shock and disdain, and they begin focusing their intent massively on you. for this profane, blasphemous act in their eyes. You have all the attention on you, but in addition to that, they almost seem like they can't quite cope with the situation, and both are slowed by what has just happened. Okay.
Guys, I've got their attention, guys.
Neffy!
Donald Sutherland in.
Oh, folks.
So it is Neffy's turn.
Okay. Well, I reloaded before the combat started, so I'm just going to shoot at the one that Moz has been stabbing.
So he'll have a little bit of cover because Moz is in your way, but...
So that's 19 plus 9.
19 plus 9
28.
is 28. Did you roll stealth for your initiative?
Yes.
Okay. Under which circumstances it is flat-footed, and therefore that is a critical hit.
Ooh.
Wait. So it's 2d6, isn't it?
2d6 and double the lot.
12 points of damage.
You rolled a 6 in total.
Yes, a 5 and a 1. I seem to be rolling ones a lot on this dice.
Okay.
Not on the
No, it's
damage.
D20 rolls only.
I reload, and then I'm going to try and shoot again.
Okay.
Is he still flat-footed?
He is.
Okay, because I rolled a nat 20.
Fine. Roll your critical damage with backstab with sneak attack, please.
So what's that? Oh god.
It's 2d6 and double
Just
it. Same thing.
Oh, it's just the same. Okay. Ah! Okay. So I rolled a 5 and a 2, so 7, 14.
He drops down dead.
Good.
Or deader than he already is. On seeing this, the cultist that's at the back that's desperately trying to cast a spell is almost like going, "What are you doing?"
You say hello, we say goodbye.
Inva!
I can't see anything properly
No.
from where I am.
No, not from there, no.
So I am firstly going to move myself
I
there.
think there
Cool, now
might
I
be
can
a
see them.
badger there, I'm afraid. Let me hide the mushrooms and we'll be able to see. Is there a badger there? Yes, there is.
Can I see anything from there? No.
No.
Just around the corner. Fine. Now I'm colliding with the wall and I can't get myself back. Hang on.
Open the door.
Open the
No,
door.
seriously.
Open the door.
Oh, I managed to shut the door.
You
Right,
did,
there we
yeah.
go. Fine. So I was resetting all this back to where I was. One of these two spots.
You were back by the side of Neffy, I believe. But...
2, 3.
Yep.
And then I'm going to cast Disrupt Undead.
Oh, it's reasonable. So, Disrupt Undead again, because I can never remember all of your spells. Disrupt Undead is a Fortitude save.
Just a basic one.
Just a basic Fortitude save. So, I'm going to roll... no, that's a cold dice. That's a cold dice. That's... Okay, seriously, stop falling into my other dice. 15 on the dice.
Fail.
Well, on
Oh,
the
no.
dice, so I get a 22.
Pass, that's half damage.
Mm-hmm.
3 plus 1 plus 3 is 7. Oh, sorry. Not that again. 3 plus 1 for 4.
Yeah.
That's 3 positive in case that makes a difference.
Don't think it does, so 3 points of damage. No. Positive does not make any difference.
Okay.
To these guys. Okay. That's...
Like me.
Mm-hmm. Which makes it Phelan's turn.
I'm going to take a wee wander over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Do
the
this
worst
gesture.
shield line ever.
Which I haven't used before.
No. No, I know that one.
Yes.
That's an old one, that is.
Oh, yes. And it's nothing to do with Paul McCartney.
No.
and I cast Burning Hands.
You do indeed cast Burning Hands. So I believe that's a reflex save.
Yeah. I mean, the reason why I'm casting Burning Hands rather than doing something else is because it gets that Mouther scum as well, and I don't trust that.
Okay, a 4 on the dice for a total of 13 for my reflex save.
Denied.
Is that critically denied? It's not quite critically denied. Okay.
My DC's 20.
Yeah, no, I'd need a 10 or less.
Okay. 7 fire damage.
7 points of fire damage, and you've annoyed him again because you've set light to the gibbery mouther corpse that's on the floor. It is, however, his go, and the first person that did anything like that was Moz. So we're going to cast a spell on Moz. In fact, we're going to cast a spell that has an area of effect, because we're going to cast Grim Tendrils. So that is a 30-foot line. So Inva's not going to get hit.
Oh.
But everybody else will.
Oh.
So you need to make, all of you need to make, and Olarin obviously is an extra, need to make fortitude saving throws, please. Oh dear.
26.
26 for Phelan and 20 for Rob.
Okay, so anybody that got 20 or higher is not going to take the persistent damage and only takes 3 points of damage. So Phelan, Neffy, Olrin, you all just take 3 points of damage. Moz takes 6 points of damage and is bleeding 1. As the tendrils slowly but surely... Now that's effectively persistent damage. So I will add that onto your character. There you go. Enjoy your persistent bleed damage. The tendrils do negative damage. So no, you do not get to ignore X amount of points of damage. So that is a 2-action cast, and I don't have any good 1-action casts. I've got harm, but I'd have to be able to touch somebody, so I can't do that. So instead, I
Well, you're
will...
slowed, aren't you?
That's a good point. I am slowed, so I do only have 1 action. So sorry, 2 actions. However, at the end of my round, the slowed condition goes away. All right, Moz, your turn.
I would like to step into the room.
Yes.
I would like to retrospectively
Okay.
do
If it goes anywhere too close to a dog, it's not cocked. Is the word you're looking for? 17 is a miss.
Did it again. This time. That's better. That's a 19 plus 8.
Yeah, that'll hit. It'll only hit, but it'll hit.
Solid start to the evening. 7 plus 4
Jolly good.
for maths. 11.
11 points of damage. It's a reasonably large chunk out of it, but he is not dead yet. You have had all your actions, sir, because you moved. You did. But that does mean it's Neffy's turn. After, I would note, you take 1 point of bleed damage. And I need you to roll a d20 and tell me what you get. I did also forget that technically you should have. Oh no, because it was a spell. That's fine. But yes, this is to see if you stop bleeding.
Oh, okay. That's no.
No, you don't. You are still bleeding. Okay, Neffy, it's your turn.
I reload.
You got
Yes.
time to do?
I then shoot.
Okay.
At the bad guy, by the way, not anyone else.
I mean, the only other person you could really get is Phelan, and I don't think he'd like that.
No. Okay, so that's 23.
That is a hit.
But it's not flat-footed.
It's
or is
not
it?
anymore. Not anymore.
Okay. I rolled a 2 on that, and then I reload, and then that's me.
Okay. That puts it over to Inva then.
How does it look?
I wouldn't take it out on a date. About half as healthy as you think it should. It started.
Right.
It was healthy at the start.
Debatable,
Okay,
but you know.
In that case, I am going to. Please, scroll down. I am going to cast Reaper's Lantern. Ghostly.
If you could just move your token back up, because I think it accidentally shifted itself down a spot.
It did. It actually needs to go over there.
Okay, fair enough.
So 5-foot step, and then cast Reaper's Lantern.
Okay.
So this is a Fortitude save for Phelan. Affecting there, just for the ghoul. Avoid affecting everybody else.
Okay. All right. A Fortitude save.
Yes.
Undead, not necessarily known for a massive amount of fortitude, but I did get a 19 on the dice, unfortunately, so that's a 26.
Ooh. That was a waste of a spell. Okay. It has exactly no effect.
Oh dear, ow. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But anytime anybody else enters it, they will also have to.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so you
So I
moved.
can get around to dropping. Yeah, I moved and then did that. I will drop it next time round. I think I can I end the spell at will?
Pretty much. Can you move your thing up again? Because it's dropped down again one. Your token. Yes, because it's a concentrate spell. Effectively,
No.
you can use a single action to concentrate to increase the radius. So okay.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think it just. Oh, I know why you can't move because it's not. I'm not gonna go on. You move the token now. It should allow you to.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I think it just keeps going.
Okay.
And you can use concentrate to make it bigger, but then again, the spell itself has got a concentrate, so I believe you're allowed to drop those. But I would have to check the rules. That one is not something I've looked at, to be fair. If anybody else knows, write your answers
no, I
on a
can just
postcard.
draw something. I can just draw something. As long as if I don't have a hand free, then the spell ends. So I can
Yeah.
both hands on staff next turn or something.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Phelan, it is your turn.
Right. Well, we shall produce some flame and bounce it off the walls for it.
Doink.
Not with a 3 on the dice. So
Mm.
the first of those hero
Hero
points.
point.
First of those hero points, yeah.
Okay, that's better. 12 on the dice. 22.
That is going to hit, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Nine points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then I am going to slap Moz with a 1-action heal.
Good thing you're not in the Reaper's Lantern glow.
For 7 hit points. Does that clear his bleed condition?
Only if it fully heals him, which I don't believe it will.
Well, it's a help.
It's just greedy with
It's help.
points.
One thing we did forget last turn, Orin gets to have a free stride or strike because of how old he is now. The fact that he's mature.
Really.
Nice word.
So, last turn he could have gotten to here.
Mm-hmm.
Would that have impacted anything from Imra?
Reaper's Lantern would have affected Reaper's Lantern, so I would suggest probably doesn't want to be there. Yeah.
No, we'll just he'll wander up to here.
Yeah. Okay.
Not too close to the glowy stuff.
That seems reasonable. It is my creature's turn. So the canker cultist is adjacent to the corpse of a creature that died within the last hour. Yeah, his mate. His mate. It does, however, have the manipulate action, and therefore this allows for an attack of opportunity.
I would like to riffle bat him.
As he effectively he reaches down and tries to take a chunk out of the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Died within the last hour. How does that work with undead?
Yeah. Yes, I see a point, but still.
It's probably going to be irrelevant as Moz takes its head off.
Well, 12 plus 13 makes it 25.
That's a hit.
And we're going to get the bonus. What we're doing is okay so far. That's a 9 plus 4 13.
That is exactly how many hit points he had left. So as he tries to heal himself by eating flesh, yeah, he just gets his head taken clean off instead. Right. Okay.
Smash the
Quite
Mouther.
up.
Destroy the Mouther.
Smash and destroy and break and do all manner of stuff to the very dead and mangled corpse of a gibbering mouther. Okay, if that's your thing, sure, you go for it.
I'm taking no risks.
Fair, I guess. Ember, you have a door to the north of you.
I'm assuming if
Can
the
I
spirit...
bandage Moz, please?
Yes, absolutely. By all means, bandage mods.
I'm gonna do that. Is there anything in there, or am I just overwhelmed by the weird glowy spirit stuff?
There's a lot of weird, glowy, spirity stuff.
And hit points for Mr. Moz.
That sounds
Yeah.
And that does stop the bleeding, because it's
Bandaging.
bandaging, yeah.
56 60, we're good.
Show off.
Neffy, do you want to listen to the door while they're doing that?
Yes. I do listen,
You
I
do not
detect.
hear anything. You detect a hell of a lot of magic, but you do not hear anything.
So pretty certain it's the wibbly room.
Get in there.
Let's open the door and find out.
Yeah.
Do you want to be back there, or do you want to be standing on a ghoul corpse?
I'll take myself half step forward and just off the side and look over your shoulder. Sure.
You find a 5 foot long
it's-
corridor.
Okay. Ah, yeah, there we
And
are.
as you open the door, you see a blue swirling pattern of light, various other bits and pieces bounding around you. However, let's just have a quick check. As you look into the room, because of course the last time you didn't really take a deep look at this room, you do spot that there is a door directly through this chamber and on the eastern side. Western side. Western
side.
The other west.
Com-
The east.
So,
West.
Yeah,
We're
the
going
other eastern.
west. And considering the
East
time,
if we're in the north.
considering the time,
lots of planets over north.
I think we'll end it there. Bye bye everyone. You got 2 fights and a long talky session, but we'll see you next time. Okay, goodbye
night
for
out
now.
there.
Good night,
Whatever
night.
you-
Bye.
Night.